It is 6:48. This is your morning in 8 minutes. We do want to start with traffic. There's a couple of wrecks out there. Let's get to Whitney Turner.
Yeah, the main concern this morning is a crash that just happened on 640 West over Broadway. The left two lanes there are blocked, causing a slowdown. Authorities have just arrived on the scene. Pete Michaels has the latest.
Yeah, the problem here, this time of the morning, traffic comes flying down 640 westbound, passing Broadway. And that whole exchange can be a little dangerous. You'll see law enforcement, see the police department there, and they've got at least one or two vehicles involved. There is already a backup of about almost a quarter mile. I cannot see it in this shot. We'll come back around to that. Those that are moving from Broadway southbound to 640 West are not affected. 640 West is not affected, but this is the most serious wreck of the morning. 640 westbound over Broadway, Cherry Street, that whole exchange just about back to normal. Pete Michaels, Pilot's Pilot, good morning.
All right, Whitney and Pete, thank you. The body of an American hero from right here in East Tennessee returns home this morning, and you can be a part of the memorial.
Staff Sergeant Ryan Knaus killed in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan last week. The 23-year-old graduate of Gibbs High School, along with 12 other service members, lost their lives fighting for our country. President Biden awarding the Purple Heart to all 13 service members. And today is your chance to pay your respects. A military convoy will take the staff sergeant's body from McGee-Tyson Airport to a funeral home on Emory Road.
His flight lands at 10:30 this morning. From there, a drive through the city he called home. Here's everything you need to know. The convoy will take Alcoa Highway to I-75 all the way to Emory Road.
If you want to pay your respects, drivers are asked to pull over if you were on the road when the convoy comes by and allow them to pass.
And a good spot to watch the convoy is Sevier Heights Baptist Church parking lot or the Green Acres Market on Alcoa Highway. Again, that flight scheduled to land at 10:30. The convoy should begin shortly after.
And if you're not able to make it today, the family will be hosting a public memorial this weekend.
Yeah, they have requested a private funeral on Friday, but there will be another procession of Ryan's body from the funeral home to Gibbs High School Saturday afternoon. Here's a map of what that procession route will look like. The public is invited to line the sidewalks and pay their respects.
His body will then be taken to Gibbs High School, where he will lie in repose in the school's gym for a public event that starts at 5 o'clock. Ryan's mom, Paula Knaus, was at a Jeep rally honoring her son over the weekend. Hundreds of people paying their respects to the young man who joined the Army right out of high school.
Words were sometimes difficult, but here's some of what Ryan's mom wants us to know about her son.
Sometimes it does not happen the way you'd like, but my boy would redo all of this again and again and again in salute to our country and to those he was trying to save. So we thank everyone for honoring him, and for those that have fallen, we thank you.
We've got everything you need to know about the memorial and all the other events happening this weekend and how you can pay your respects over on the WVLT News app.
Well, continuing coverage this morning, the Knox County Board of Education voting in favor of a new attendance policy for students.
The board says if a student has to quarantine for COVID-related reasons, they're not going to be counted as absent. But in order to be counted present, they still have to complete 6 hours of online work from home. The board says this new policy will help them report data on who's quarantining on the school's COVID dashboard. Meanwhile, the board is also asking Governor Bill Lee to let schools continue to play sports even if a school has to shift to online learning. Right now, the school does that and goes virtual. They got to cancel all sporting events, all other in-person events. In a letter signed by every member of the Knox County Board of Education, they're asking the governor to reconsider those guidelines. And for the first time in the pandemic, Tennessee is reporting more than 100,000 active COVID cases.
Well, the state reporting a significant increase. This, though, after dealing with a backlog of tests over the weekend. In the state and in Knox County, active cases are up 20%. That's since Friday. And for a fourth straight day of reported data, Tennessee is seeing record hospitalization numbers. Now, the East Region hospitals have more people in the hospital right now with COVID than any other time during the pandemic. And around the nation this morning, today, President Biden is expected to lay out a 6-point strategy plan to stop the spread of COVID-19. The White House says the strategy will include new vaccine requirements. The president will also give an update on the rollout of booster shots.
And right now, the CDC is reporting cases of the flu in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending that all children 6 months and older get their flu vaccine this fall. Health experts fear this could be the start to a rough flu season. They're worried the hospitals could become more overwhelmed than they already are, and they say the flu shot can really help. The CDC says you should get the flu shot either in September or October.
The couple accused of abusing several adoptive children and killing 2 of them will be in Knox County Court this morning.
Well, Michael and Shirley Gray, as well as their biological son Michael Gray Jr., are due in Knox County Court for a status hearing. The couple is accused of burying a child in the backyard of their Knox County home. They're also facing charges in Roane County after child remains were found at their property there.
And the family of an East Tennessee veteran who was beaten over the weekend tells us that they've taken him off of life support. Police are investigating what happened when 74-year-old Hobart Jennings showed up to his family's apartment covered in blood after being attacked. The family says an autopsy will help determine how he died. Please call police if you know anything at all. And happening today, the first official vote on plans for a new stadium in downtown Knoxville.
Well, the Knox County Planning Commission will vote on the proposed area where the stadium will be located, just outside the old city there. The stadium would cover around 22 acres in downtown Knoxville. It's right around East Jackson Avenue all the way to Hall of Fame Drive. The developer is asking the Planning Commission to designate the property as industrial use so the stadium can be used for different things like sporting events, concerts, even festivals.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
5 minutes to 7 now. As you make your plans for the next couple of days, keep in mind things are changing. A cold front is settling in. So even to kind of summarize the next couple of days, remember we just have stray rain really left over for now in the next couple of hours. Clearing, cooler air settling in, beautiful sunshine carries over into the weekend, and really still mild going into the weekend as temperatures start to rebound. So let's talk about that fair weather. No, really, it's just in time for the fair that it is much more fair. 81, your high for Friday, right as the gates are opening for the Tennessee Valley Fair. A nice mild evening, your sunset 10 minutes to 7 tomorrow, 75 at 7 o'clock. 67 at 9. Keep in mind, starting today, those evenings get cooler, but really the sunshine does help us out. So mornings become chillier the next couple of days. The evenings become cooler. Your I'm All Vol forecast presented by Food City. The morning tailgaters running a little cool. Those noon games can get you in the fall. This is one of those. It'll still be 60 degrees at 9 when most folks are pretty much setting up their tailgates downtown. 66 at 10. 72 at 11. All right, now we're getting better there. But this is where that cool air has to settle in behind this morning's last couple of showers. Really, last couple here. A couple sprinkles in the Smokies to foothills with the clouds lingering. Flip side of our area has more of that fog, but also you're already getting a taste of that cooler air. 59 Oneida to Crossville now, 65 in Knoxville to 63 Greenville. So low to mid 60s Valley and East because we're not done letting the cool air in and booting these clouds out. That's where that pattern improves. Right now we're looking more partly cloudy in the valley. The breeze is light out of the north. That's going to keep turning to have a cool breeze. Less humid afternoon as we top out around 80 degrees. If you're looking for that warm up though, you're not ready to say bye to summer yet. The 8-day forecast coming at WVXX has you covered as well.
I don't know what I'm ready for. I want it to be cold.
Well, then you should be happy no matter what.
I want to go swimming again.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We're headed to WBXX. We'll see you.